Right, so we're able to retrieve a particular website. We can cancel it. We can go to Facebook. There it is. We have LinkedIn. We have Wikipedia. Let's have it be able to remove. So let's remove these two because remember, Star Trek and Facebook were not added to the array of the parent. Right. So let's remove these two first. Let's implement this delete. To implement that delete, I believe we do have the call here to the delete from the template. I don't know if that's implemented in the controller. Let's check the controller. There's the controller, and it doesn't look like it was implemented. So let's add it. It's model.website delete website. There it is. And again, we're going to do it from top down, right? Way from the user's point of view, and work our way towards the server all the way to a database. So there it is, delete website. Let's implement it down here. So function delete website. And as far as we can tell, it's passing the entire object. We don't need the entire object. We need just the ID. But we have the website object there. We'll use a service. That's our first stop in our top-down implementation. Ideally, we have a delete website function in there, which probably will only care about the ID of the website. That's all we really need. So we're going to pass in the website and the ID. This is going to go to the server. The server is going to go to the database, right? And then it's going to come back with a whole bunch of promises, right? So when it gets all the way to here, we'll get back some status saying whether it was successful or not. And the next thing would be that once we have deleted, we should navigate back to the list of all websites. And hopefully the one that we've just removed won't be there. Yes? Right, so let's do that. Let's navigate back to the list of websites. And that would be probably user. We'll need user ID. Do we have user ID somewhere here? Probably in the model. There it is. Followed by website. That's it, right? That's the list of websites, right? If that's successful. And I'm not handling the error message. You can handle the error messages, right? I'm doing the happy path for you. So there it is. We don't have delete website in the web service, so this is our first stop, the controller. Let's go on now to the next tier, the service. So let's go to the website service, and there it is. And it's not implemented there. That's the client. All right. And this is going to generate a. Did we implement it? I don't think so, right? No, we didn't implement it. No. Okay. Let's implement it. Delete website takes as argument a website ID. Website ID. It's going to generate a URL that has a user ID. It has a website ID. Very good. I think that's all we need. And then it generates a delete, right? $HTTP.delete with that URL. And we're going to return. Yes, that's it, right? I think we're done here. Typically, we also would want to unwrap the response, but we don't really need to because the client, the controller is not doing anything with this, right? And even though the controller is receiving the status, notice that it's not doing anything with it, right? It's just immediately navigating away, right? So we don't really need to unwrap it. Right? It would have been convenient if you would have used it, but you're not even using it. So I'm not going to unwrap it. All right, there we go. So we're done at the client side. We're done at the browser. Right now, this HTTP request is going over the wire over to the server. And on the server side, we need to listen for that incoming delete, which is going to be the URL looks very similar to this, right? Let me see. Delete, yep. API user ID, website ID. API user ID, website ID. So it looks very much like this, but it's not a get. It's going to be a delete. And it's going to delete a website. I'm calling these functions all the same, right? And the controller has the same name. In the client server has the same name. On the server has the same name. Not because it means anything. It's just so for me to be able to keep it straight in my head, right? That it's the same function all the way across. Yes. It's my own naming convention. I think it's a good naming convention. Let's implement it. I'm sorry? From the URL. Here? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm going to delete it. But I need the ID, right? So I know which one I'm deleting. Right? So let's remove it. So like, this is a request response. Again, this is an interface, right, between the two worlds, the HTTP world. Now we are back in the JSON world, right? We get the website ID from the request.params.website ID. Now I'm back in the JSON world, right? We did the hop between the two worlds. And I can now call the model, a website model, and calling a function of the same name, presumably, dot delete website. That takes as argument the website ID. Yes? Right? And presumably this is going to come back from the model with some promise, with some status information, because we just removed something. We're going to send it back. Again, the controller is not going to do anything with this. It's just going to ignore it. Right? It's going to navigate away. I'm not handling the error, but you should handle the error as well. There it is. We're done with the service on the server, which sent it back to the tier downstream over to the model, which we don't have it. Let's go back. Let's go to the model here, right? And let's add it to the API. Okay. Function delete website, that takes as argument website ID, which is just going to remove it. It's going to use the very low level, right, Mongoose API to actually talk to a database. Website model, remove, and removes it by using the following filter, where whose ID, remove the website whose ID is website ID. Yes? I think we're done. Let's actually try it out, see if it blows up. Okay, so let's go back and let's see. Let me refresh, make sure that all the websites are there. The database also, let's see, we'll find it. We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's remove Star Trek. I'm going to edit and click on delete. And it didn't work. Let's see, we get an error message. Let's look at the console. Cannot read property of undefined controller. Let's put a breakpoint there. And let's try that again. Delete. Website objects. Okay, so all right, so probably we're not passing the objects from the template. So let's go back to the templates. The templates, the website edit template, there it is. What are we passing in the delete? We're passing website. Actually, website is not declared anywhere. What we have instead is model.website. Yes? Right? I've seen lots of you do the same mistake. You come to my office hours and we fix it together. Yes? Let's refresh. Probably we probably did that because we copied this template from the not from the edit, from the new, right? From website new. Right? We probably copied it from there, and the website new, we didn't need the model here, right? And we probably copied it and pasted it, and now we do need the model, right? Okay, so let's try it again. Let's refresh. Let's do a delete. We have a breakpoint. Let's see if the website, okay, it's not undefined now, and there is an ID. So this might work. Let's say an OK. Continue. And we still have an error. The console, we probably have a user ID. Okay, we never passed a user ID. All right, so we probably need to pass a user ID in the delete. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go back to the controller. In the controller, we're in the website. They're also expecting the ID of the user, right? Delete website. So let's pass that in as an argument as well. There it is. Right? And the service, where's the service? There it is. We're expecting user ID here as a first argument. All right, so let's try it again. Let's refresh. Let's try and delete. We got another error. That's fine. Console location in the controller. So it actually might have removed it because we came back here. See that? But we forgot to load the location. Wait, we do have location. Oh, it's not location. It's location dot URL, right? Location dot URL. Let's try it again. We probably removed it, so let me cancel here. Notice that it did remove the first website. Yes, so it was able to remove it, but the navigation didn't work. All right, so let's go now into Facebook. Let's refresh, make sure that we have that location there. Let's delete. Okay, it works. Right, comes back to here. Everybody okay? Yes. Right. Let's make sure. Let's go into a database. Let's do a query, and indeed, we now have 3 instead of 5 websites. Correct? Right. So it seems to be working. We were able to remove individual websites, but what we still have to work on is updating the parent. Right. The parent. Notice that up to this point, we didn't have to update the parent because those 2 didn't know. The parent didn't know about those 2 we just removed. Right. But now we do have these pointing to real websites, and they need to be updated, and we'll do that next.